Orchestra directors, if you are introducing vibrato to your students, grouped violins, violas, cellos, and basses all together in a rehearsal setting, this is for you and this is how you want to do it. You want to start by having them put their instruments down safely and have their right hand out. You're going to contact the left thumb to the inside of the right palm. And then it really depends on the student. Sometimes the second finger is easiest to do vibrato on. Sometimes it's the third finger. For me personally, it's second finger. So I jump to second finger right away. And then after we learn the exercise, I tell students they can do it on whatever finger feels comfortable. And then we do all of the fingers. So for this example, I'm going to be doing the second finger. And we make contact here. We're marshmallow soft, right? I always say marshmallow soft. We don't want to be squeezing our hand. Everything is very soft. And we are just moving our arm up and down. In this case, I'm sliding on my hand, marshmallow soft. Once we get that soft motion and the whole arm is moving, then we're gonna slow it down and we're gonna stick to one spot while keeping the arm moving is the goal. When you start teaching vibrato, when you start learning vibrato, you wanna start with the large muscle groups first. That is the arm muscle, arm vibrato, as opposed to wrist vibrato or finger vibrato, which is even harder to see. It's very tiny, that creates tension. So when we're teaching or starting vibrato for the first time, you wanna start with the arm vibrato, and then when your teacher tells you that you're ready, you can start to learn the wrist vibrato and the finger vibrato. So here we are doing this exercise. Now this is a cello and bass vibrato, right? It's beneficial for violinists and violas to do this too, so this is a really wonderful start. Then we have the cellos and bass doing this, which I call the Pope wave. This works perfectly. They're already doing it correctly because they're in position like they're playing on their instrument. All you have to do now for cellos and bass is tell them to move their right hand over here and have their elbow out to the side, straight out, not cocked down, not cocked up with their wrist, but it should just be in one straight line like a waterfall wrist. Perfect. For violins and violas, while they're continuing to do that, you tell them to point their right hand to the right side. They are still wiggling the whole time. They never stop wiggling. Their arm is still moving. You can see right now I'm moving my thumb up and down. I haven't even really stuck it yet because you don't want them to start doing this. So even if they're moving up and down like this, moving their thumb and they're not stuck, that's okay as long as their arm is moving. After you're pointing to the right side, you point to the center. After you point to the center, hang there for a little bit, you point to the left side. And then finally, the last moment is you flip your palm downwards. And again, this whole time we are wiggling. When the palm faces down, look at that. It's like you're doing arm vibrato in the violin. This is the exact motion you need to do. You have a waterfall arm. There's no pizza wrist, right? I don't even have to use that word because it's a waterfall arm. This works perfectly. And you are wiggling. And if students have had difficulty sticking over here, this is a good place now where they can stick and not move up and down like this. If they're still having trouble and you're seeing this wrist motion, have them slide up and down, and hopefully they're not wearing bracelets like I am. That is the kind of motion. Do that every rehearsal. It's a great warm-up exercise for the muscles in your arms, regardless of whatever you're playing, but it's really beneficial for vibrato. Then after you do that, you can toss up the instruments, and here's the vibrato motion. And like we already said, cello and bass, they have theirs going, the Pope wave.